to be a father. Today we got Reddit advice. We have a daddy simulator. And I've also got 2 dads here, including a newly christened second dad.
Wow, Daddy Simulator feels like a pilot actually going in to play a video game. I'm flying at altitude. And Keith and me both flew a Boeing 737 this morning, and now we're going to come back and play a video game about it.
That's right. Now, you're a daddy twice over.
Yeah, double daddy.
And
double dad.
That has been cool.
Been cool so far. But I'll also say we are in the blissful little sort of slug stage.
Yeah, slug
so
era.
the little baby, well, one, my parents came out and are super, super helpful. My father just left. My mom is going to go in a couple days.
Oh.
And then we have actually a double day, no grandparents. And then my mother-in-law comes back and then we'll have some more help. But it's like we're sort of slowly touching down and the baby doesn't move yet. So my hunch is that once the baby starts crawling, it'll be a whole new level of wild.
You got time.
But also the main thing that went good was that Julian is really curious and excited about the little baby. Very excited. I know some siblings are like, get this thing out of here. Julian was like really excited. He went over, met him, was like, hi, baby Shiloh. Very excited. And he's like, can I give baby Shiloh a kiss? And went to give him a little kiss on the cheek, on the head. And we're like, not near the soft spot, but over here you can give him a kiss on the head. And so all that's been going good. But can
I play catch with baby Shiloh?
And no, not yet. Not yet. Not for a while.
Can baby Shiloh have a hamburger?
No hamburgers. I was worried he was going to try to feed him the other day. I was like, I got to make sure he doesn't try to feed the baby.
How about grapes?
No, definitely not grapes. Definitely no food.
What's up, grapes?
Baby Shiloh must be thirsty. Water?
Oh, yeah.
It is challenging, I think, as a father when you have to be like, okay, I think this child is ready for this. And this might be moving a plate that is a breakable plate 5 feet.
Oh my God, yeah. The breakable, because it's also you want to give them trust because they like trust and responsibility.
They're like, Henry, take plate? I was like, okay. Yeah, why don't I just helicopter you while you do it?
We do have
ceramic and it'll break and it'll be sharp quick.
Julian Julian likes to do 2 things. Bring his plate after dinner to the sink. So he brings his plate over and he drops in the sink, which
That's
is
a great game.
objectively good.
Good game.
However, when you drop something in the sink, there's a little bit. So sometimes we're like, yeah, and we'll just hear clang, clang, clang. And it's like, okay, it seems like it went okay. Nothing broke. The other day, though, he likes to wash dishes. And we didn't see that there was no shade to my lovely.
Hey, by the way, if Julian wants to come over any day,
he would love
anytime.
So usually we'll make sure that there's no knives, no glass, whatever. My lovely, I'm not going to out who it was.
We'll bleep it.
It doesn't work if you say I'm not going to out after you
One of Julian's grandparents
Didn't
know that there was a thin glass cup in the sink, so Julian was washing it, and I heard it break. And then, so Julian held up the broken thing to he held it up. He was like, it broke. And I said, Dad, broken cup. And he turned around so fast that he knocked it out and it shattered all over the floor. And Julian was just standing on his little stool. And my dad was like, and I was like, okay, Julian. And I just picked it up.
I love a bad situation got made so much worse.
He saw it broken and just picked it up
karate-chopped
and was like, here it is. And then it just,
Yeah, we were watching. Henry likes to wash his hands. He was washing his hands the other day, and I normally before I let him get into the big sink, I make sure nothing's there.
Yeah.
But this time, the ladder was already up because he'd washed his hands earlier, and he just climbed up and started wash hands, and then he looked to his right and saw a knife. He was like, oh, and I was like, no, but he fully got his hand around the handle of the knife, and it's a sharp knife. And I was like, no, we don't ever grab knives. We never grab knives. We just don't do it.
That's for
because they could hurt us. They could hurt ourselves or could hurt others. So we just don't grab knives. Actually,
yeah,
it's crazy to me. I don't know if I'll say this eloquently, and maybe I've said this to you guys before, but so much of what we think about, we're young parents, right? So it's keep baby alive and safe, keep toddler alive and safe, and teach them not to. That's not parenting. The biggest part of parenting is not even in our orbit yet, which is teaching someone morals and how to navigate the world.
I'm there now.
Yeah,
You're getting there.
We're entering there now.
I'm there now. I'm in moral territory now.
And that's so, I just got to get through survival mode. And then that beautiful thing is on the horizon.
Yeah, you have to make it eat.
Yeah.
You're in
I'm in triage.
Maintenance triage. And now I'm getting into, because Julian can just talk. And it's crazy.
Yeah.
So he is sort of like aware and knows how to talk about his day, knows like, okay, why don't we do things? He wants something, he can't have it. He wants to know why. Why is really, so now I'm in the philosophical element of that.
Hell yeah.
But I would even say that the philosophical element, it's like that starts earlier because I don't know, it's weird. Like you almost have to like lay the groundwork for like, okay, here's how we're going to approach problems or here's how we're going to approach that stuff. So that way, once Julian is like, I want to throw this at the window, I have to have like some sort of building blocks to be like, here's how I am going to tell him that we can't do that right now, or we can do something else or whatever.
Dude, buzzkill.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can't throw stuff at the window. Sorry.
Lame dad alert.
I know. Truly.
I'll say this, and you probably, I feel like I already know this, but this is a good for the toddler parents who are listening, and if you don't know this, and something that I have come to learn, because I follow a lot of like child psychologists and therapists, because it's like they give you good tips. But one is like when they're starting to talk, and they can kind of talk, like Henry can kind of talk.
Yeah.
You can't say everything. When they're really getting frustrated or upset, you just say out loud the thing that you think they're upset about.
Yeah, exactly.
For them.
Yeah, totally.
Because part of their upsetness is an inability to communicate why they're
Completely.
upset. So he's like, you're upset because I won't let you climb on this, right? Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
well, I don't want you to
Yeah.
climb on this because you might fall down. So that's why I'm not letting you do it. But I understand you're upset and I understand that you're sad. And he gets over it really, really fast rather than if you just, were to say, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
I know, hey, it doesn't matter. You can't do that. It's like, well, I understand. I get what you're communicating because that's part of their issue.
We all just want to be seen.
They just want to be heard.
They want to be understood, man.
And they're not very understandable.
They're hard to
sometimes.
understand.
And also, like, it's sort of like when you have a partner who has a half of a conversation in their brain and then just spits out the other half at you. Have you ever had that happen?
Yeah. Oh, all the time.
That's
Sarah does this.
exclusively how toddlers are. It's like, crazy 4 minutes. I'm like, what? Oh, you want to listen to the song Crazy by 4 Minute, the thing that we listen to sometimes in the morning? Oh, okay. But we haven't been doing that at all.
I'm sorry. He's a little 4 minute stand?
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah. Well, he liked Apartment, Apata. And so I said, if you like this, you probably like K-pop. Let's just listen to other K-pop. And then he has like, you listen to a song once he likes it, he only wants to listen to that song. Then I have to be like, we can listen to it twice, and then we have to listen to something else. Yeah. If I let it go, like there have been mornings we've listened to Apartment 20 times. More Apata. I'm like, okay, sure.
More apata.
more
Nightmare.
Yeah.
Zach, what are you most excited for?
Okay. When you're listening to this, we're close. We're like a month-ish away. Also though, like don't try and like be in Maggie's comments being like, have you had the baby yet? Have you had the baby? Like leave her the fuck alone. But we're close and it's very exciting. We're in our home stretch. And now it's like, what am I most excited for? I don't know. There's this thing, there's this kid we haven't met yet. And by the way, okay, I knew that you could feel kicks. I didn't know that you could see them.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
it's weird.
crazy.
They are swimming around.
They're in
there.
there.
They are bouncing.
It's like an alien.
Jumping.
Yeah.
Also, seemingly our child loves to like play with the inside of Maggie's belly. Maggie says
So you
it-
can see like a swirl or something.
and it just like it feels like
that's so
Oh, whoa.
they're like twisting inside, and it's like stop that.
So
that's
strange.
wild.
But we have friends, including, I mean, you guys, you had given birth by like Maggie's further into pregnancy than Mickey ever got. We have a friend who just gave birth at the week that Maggie is. So like, I know what a baby looks like
at the
at
end.
this
Oh,
stage,
wow.
and that's really crazy for
Itty
me.
bitty.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. I mean, Maggie's doing well. I think it's like, as we're getting rounding the corner, it's obviously getting harder. Feet are starting to swell. Back hurting, all that stuff, but we're just trying to.
Is that just you or is that?
That's me. Just trying to prep like both her mentally, physically, emotionally, all that stuff, while also getting the house together. We're nursery. Not that we're gonna use it, but it's cute.
Yeah. The nursery, honestly, that's interesting. Did we use the nursery? Yeah, because there's so many things that you feel like you need, and then you sort of do need some of them.
Yeah.
I did see an interesting thing recently that was this woman who like worked in parenting something, and she was like, stuff you can get in a day. She was like, if you need any stuff, you can get in a day. The thing that you should try to do ahead of time. Because I was basically like, I read a bunch of books and I watched a bunch of stuff for the first baby, but I'm like, let me do a refresher on some of this stuff just to make sure that, whatever. And she was like, the thing you should do is like make a plan with your partner to check in, like calendar invite to check in to like make sure that your schedule is the right way. Or like if either of you need more support or whatever, or less support. But I thought that was interesting where she's like, any stuff Amazon can deliver or whatever. Yeah, fuck Amazon. But I was at that wedding, by the way. No. But like anything like that is delivered, but like the mental and emotional stuff, that's like the plan that is helpful to have ahead of time. That was interesting.
I probably am going to be scared.
Sure, of course.
I will be excited. I will be exhausted. I haven't done the infant CPR class yet. That's coming up. I think
we
next
did
week.
that. Yeah.
Don't worry, they make you do that in the hospital if you haven't done it yet.
Just the idea
really?
of it scares me. The idea,
yeah.
and like I know that like you
It's
guys
terrifying.
have said sometimes you have to like hook food out of their mouth or something.
You're not really supposed to do that.
It's only if they are having I mean, food you don't even have to worry about for a while,
Right,
You
right,
know,
sure,
but
sure.
there is like I mean, I was so worried about it. The first time. I just was so worried that there's like a plunger that is for kids.
Yeah, there's a choke plunger.
We got the choke plunger.
I've seen this.
And I mean, hopefully I never have to use it. We never used it at all for Julian, but it like seals to the mouth and then you like pull
Should we do that as a try?
and it pull. I think
I start choking so you can save me.
Should we? Should we
Maybe
just
like
test it
Zach
out?
tries saving Keith's life.
so
Or
scary.
we do that by like endangering it.
I like have a weird thing about choking. I'm so scared.
Where
It's
does
so
it
scary.
I don't know. I think I maybe almost choked once in my life, but never had a serious choke. But I'm terrified of choking.
Yeah, it's
And
so
I
scary.
Used to live with my lovely friend Kendall, and I would hear her cough from the other room.
Yeah.
And I would just be like, Kendall, are you choking? She'd be like, no, I'm fine.
But that's a good tip. If the child is coughing, they're not choking.
Yeah, they're making sounds. They're not choking.
Any sound at all means they're not choking.
Yeah.
Because you
Even
can't
if it's
make,
like, oh.
can't make sound.
Yeah.
When you're
that's
truly
good.
choking, you can't make sound.
That's correct. That did make me feel better.
Yeah.
I know, Rainie, you've prepared some stuff. Like the real answer is I don't know what I don't know. You know, I'm doing my best to prepare. I'm reading. I'm listening to the baby audiobooks. We have our class. We're just, you know, I'm trying to surround myself with as much knowledge as possible. But what are you going to do to help me?
What am I gonna do?
teach you. Rainie's going to
Oh no! What have we prepared
Rainie's
today?
guide to parenting a baby.
Okay, I have created some trials and tribulations for you with some experts in the field. So what we're gonna do is Miles and Keith are gonna be your babies. Challenging baby though.
Finally.
Whoa.
Hard baby. So you are to start. You are gonna feed Miles something.
Oh my God.
But Miles doesn't feel like eating.
Out of a bottle?
No, just once it's like about like let's say 2.5 ish.
Yeah, okay.
So like you can choose something from the snack cabinet.
Well, let's go 15 months.
There you go. So you get something soft for me to feed.
Like you want me to go get Miles a snack and feed him?
Give me a snack and feed me, Daddy.
Something that a between 1 and 1.5 year old can eat. A 15-month-old.
Okay.
I don't even remember. I'm gonna have to review.
Okay.
I got
so
this new
did
one.
Miles just text you and say, "I want a snack. Can you figure out a way to make Zach feed me?"
No, but that is a clever thing I should be doing to Rainie. Is have her orchestrate a segment for Jack to give me a snack.
And if you do see the Zenku chicken has arrived early, you can feed that to me too.
Okay, I guess I'll be right back.
Hell yeah. Now we prank him.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, as Zach is going, this is a question that Keith brought up. What do you think the biggest mistake you made as a new dad was?
Biggest mistake I made as a new dad. That's a good question. I mean, you're always making little mistakes, and you almost like immediately know, like, oh, that's not how you handle that. Like,
How do you know?
Well, you might like instinctively yell no when a child has broken something on the ground.
Yeah.
But because you're scared in that
Yeah,
moment.
yeah, sure. Instead
So,
of
like,
yeah.
Little, this isn't the biggest mistake I made, but once when Henry like shattered a mug, I was
Yeah.
like, Henry, no, stop.
Yeah.
Like that, like,
You don't want
because
him to get
I was
hurt.
like, he was really close to a bunch of broken glass. He was barefoot.
Yeah, right.
But I realize now, if Henry breaks it, I was like, oh my gosh, something broke. Well, let's not move.
Yeah, right.
Let's keep the whole vibe chill.
Yeah,
but my
yeah, yeah.
vibe was,
Oh, totally.
was fearful because
He's
I
gonna
didn't
step on
want to get
glass or
hurt.
something.
So I kind of responded in a way that would be perceived as him being in trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
But he wasn't in trouble. I was scared.
Right.
So like that is okay. Zach changed his mind.
changed
Zach
his
came back with
mind.
a snack. Zach got a snack and he changed his mind about the snack.
Yeah.
But
But I think that's interesting. Like, yeah, like, but I would even say though that was a
mistake that I learned from.
Well, no, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I was even saying like that was a mistake that you needed to make to learn
Yes.
like that, which is growth for you, which is like helpful. And I think that there's like a million little things that might be mistakes that I needed to do the wrong thing so I could be like, even just like I'm exhausted from sleep and I am like, oh, I'm too grumpy, and
I'm
like I say something.
I'm still doing something
You know what I mean?
wrong, and immediately being like, Keith, that wasn't the right way to handle that.
Yeah.
Let me log that.
Sure,
and know that like the next way to handle this, I'm going to do it better.
Yeah, like
and
it's
I
like
accept your apology.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's all learning, and that's like part of the thing is. I was thinking about this too. Like I think that I also only know how I have parented my one child, and that is a very specific set of skills that are required to parent that.
Okay, Liam Neeson.
That's right. I have a specific set of play in the morning blocks abilities.
You know, I'm not into chasing trends, but I'm all about stuff that fits right, feels good, actually lasts, and that's why I'm coming back to Quince. Their lightweight layers and high-quality staples have become my everyday essentials. Quince has the kind of stuff you'll actually wear on repeat, like breathable flow knit polos, crisp cotton shirts, and comfortable lightweight pants that somehow work for both weekend hangs and dressed-up dinners. The best part, everything with Quince is half the cost of similar brands. By working directly with top artisans and cutting out the middlemen, Quince gives you luxury pieces without the markups. And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes. I needed a new wallet, but I wanted one that was slim and sleek and nice, but it seems crazy to spend a lot of money on a wallet, right? Like, why would you do that? So I got a new wallet from Quince. It's beautiful, it's sleek, and it also didn't break the bank, so it was just great. I love it. Stick to the staples that last with elevated essentials from Quince. Go to quince.com/tripod for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/tripod to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/tripod. A lot of people aren't aware of how much money they spend each month. Do you know how many subscriptions you pay for? What about how much you're spending on takeout or delivery? And it's probably more than you think. But there is an app designed to help you manage your money better, Rocket Money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Rocket Money shows you all of your expenses in one place, one dashboard, including subscriptions you forgot about. If you see a subscription you no longer want, Rocket Money will help you cancel it. The dashboard lays out your total financial picture, including bill due dates and paydays, in a way that's easy to digest. Something I love about Rocket Money is they will try to negotiate lower bills for you. They have done that for me, actually. The app automatically scans your bills to find opportunities to save and then goes to work to find you better deals. They'll even talk to customer service so you don't have to. Rocket Money's 5 million members have saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, with members saving up to $740 a year when they use all of the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/tripod today. That's rocketmoney.com/tripod, rocketmoney.com/tripod.
I'll do a real quick before you feed Miles. This is maybe the closest to the big mistake where I felt like I had truly fucked up.
Oh, interesting.
And I had done a trade-off with Becky where I took Henry and I thought I had all the stuff and I had the diaper bag. No diapers.
Oh, baby. I've been there.
And we were I just took him, I was like, we're going to go get Mexican food because it's something that Henry likes to eat and it's easy to eat and there's lots of options. There's like rice, there's beans, there's also, et cetera. And he pooped in the thing. And I was like, okay, well, let me just go get the diaper. I'm looking like,
that is a mistake you only make once,
I was
sure.
like, okay, I'm 30 minutes away from home.
Brutal.
Oh.
What do you do?
I'm in the restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I did? Looked around.
Yeah.
Found another family with a child about Henry's age.
Oh, that's smart.
That's so
and I was like, hey, I'm so embarrassed to ask you this, but do you guys happen to have
that's really
a
good.
size 3 or 4 diaper? And they're like, yes, we do. Totally understand. Do not worry about it. Because they could tell that I was like,
that's really
very
sweet.
I feel I'm such a failure.
No,
and they gave me one, but it was also like, well, we only have a pull up because he's on pull-ups. Like any diaper, is awesome.
No, that's great.
But I was also like, luckily there were wipes in this bag. It just simply they were out of diapers and I didn't double check to make sure they had more diapers in it.
Yeah.
But I felt like I was like panicking.
Yeah.
I was
You're
I can't just make him go
Dang,
home.
I can't believe Keith is the worst dad of all time.
I know. That's what I felt
Crazy.
like.
Don't worry, Zach. You know what?
I'll be there.
You'll be there too.
And honestly, it took me like 10 minutes to work up the courage to ask this family.
Yeah, because
for a diaper.
you feel, and it's also, there's like a shame element where you don't want to come off like you don't know what you're doing, even though none of us know what we're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've definitely forgotten diapers and he's pooped. And then you're just like, well, like, what do I do now? Like maybe there's a diaper under the car. Like I've definitely been like, okay, there's a diaper in some random thing and you just try to, you just figure it out. You just do the best you can.
There's diapers in my car right now.
That's right, baby.
All right, Zach, I'm really excited for this, for what you've chosen.
Yeah, first of all.
I know that you're warming it on your belly.
Yep. I've never gotten to feed Miles before, which is crazy because he's fed me.
This is a sick shirt.
Not on a Canada competition. You haven't done a romantic feeding each other pancakes or something?
Hold on, Miles just complimented the new.
This is cool.
Try Guys
I
shirt.
want one of these. This is sick.
Tryguys.com, baby.
I'm not even plugging this. I don't get a kickback from this. I just like the quality of the shirt.
Thicker. We
thick
asked for some
stock.
thicker
That's
stock.
a nice. I like
Got
that.
it nice. Look at the collar.
That collar's nice.
Dana will be thrilled to hear this.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
really
important. Yeah, Miles fed me in the new season of Can competition, but I've never yet to return the favor.
One of the craziest days of my life.
Season of Can competition.
I can't believe I thought we dreamed that.
I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, I can't believe we did that.
We went to fucking Anaheim.
Because someone was like, "Oh, you were like, oh, we should do a plug at Olive Garden." I'm like, I don't know if we're ready to
can't
go back there. We can't keep going back there.
I can't believe we went. Oh my god, what a fever dream! Yeah, what a crazy week.
Edits are starting. Stay tuned.
I'm excited.
First episode in August.
You're crazy.
So I ran out and I saw the first thing that I know a baby would love. Plain crackers. Miles, open up, baby boy. Vroom, vroom. You're telling me a baby can't eat a cracker?
Not a 15-month-old.
What?
It's too pointy
Sharp.
and dry.
Look at this.
What?
What? This is a sharp. Look at this. This is jagged edge. I don't have any teeth.
What about a little baby? Oh shit! Babies don't have teeth.
Not there. They have baby crackers.
I haven't learned about 15-month-olds yet. I don't even know what that looks
look at
like.
This giant cracker. You think a baby could numb this with their gums?
I'd chop it up and give it to
them.
them.
What cracker dust?
Don't
you
babies
blow
eat
it into their
crackers?
eyes?
Toddlers eat crackers?
They have baby crackers. They're special crackers for
itty bitty
babies.
and they dissolve.
And they dissolve.
Oh, these freaking cops over here. Can you believe this?
What are you?
Can I be honest about something? Saltines kind of fuck.
No, saltines fuck.
I feel like I said that a year ago and
Yeah,
I
you
was
did.
flamed on this podcast.
I'll be honest, saltines with a little PB on them.
Even plain, they're
Dry.
not bad.
Well, I knew that you guys were going to give me flack about the crackers. And honestly, now I know that babies have their own little special crackers, which is good for you babies.
Yep.
Are they good? Are those crackers good?
Yeah, saltines.
The baby
They're
crackers?
like dissolving. Oh, I forgot about those because Julian's not having them. They're good. And they like are fun to.
Some are good, some are not.
Yeah. They're like healthy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was thinking about what would be the funniest thing to feed Miles that I know babies love. Banana! So we're gonna just roll this thing down.
Okay.
Get ready to be
I wanna-
photoshopped.
There's something cool about bananas for this age. A way that bananas can be separated. Do you know this, Miles?
I don't know that I know this.
I think I know.
I showed it to you once.
Yeah, it's
How
like
do you do it?
I don't remember. It's like it goes in a third somehow.
Yeah.
You could split a banana. You like peel a banana. You put your finger in the middle.
Put your finger in the middle.
No way.
Push down. Put your finger in the middle.
Oh, God.
What?
Now Zach's
Watch
finger's
this.
going to be
Get
all
ready.
my... Did you have your hands washed?
Get ready. Get ready. Get freaking ready. That's how. Did you know bananas keep
What the
peeling?
hell?
That's what bananas do. Did you know bananas did that?
Wow.
What a fun... That's crazy.
And it makes it easier for you to break apart and give to your child, especially out in the world. You don't need to slice the banana. You just use your finger.
Yeah, I'm going to eat the other side that you didn't finger. You look at your hands.
But isn't that freaking nuts?
That's really
That is
cool.
really
I
cool.
didn't know that at all. I'm definitely going to be doing that.
So okay, I brought a little fork here.
You're going to use a fork?
and I'm gonna give you.
You're going to
just
put a jagged metal fork into your 15-month-old
And I'm
mouth?
gonna go open up, baby. Vroom, vroom, vroom. We'll pretend this is a little soft little spoon. Soft little.
Let's all can hold it.
soft. Let's pretend this is. Oh no!
They might do that.
You fully. If I had not pulled away, you just stabbed yourself in the face.
Hey,
with a
that'd be
fork.
on you.
Okay, fine. You know what? Fine, Miles. You're right. I'll feed you with my hands. This is you want this. You're choosing this. I just want you to know
Is that babies are?
that you're cosplaying as a baby right now, which is sick and disgusting, and I would never. Came to competition
You
coming
did.
soon.
You literally. We both have already
You've done
done
it
it.
many times. People hated it the first
We
time.
made Eugene babysit
All right,
us.
open your mouth. Open wider. Baby, open.
Listen to me.
You can't. You'll
I'll
kill him.
tell you what. You can throw it at me, but I get to throw it at you. That's the trade-off.
I love this trade-off.
Okay, right.
Maybe open? Same one? Okay, fine. Here we go.
Same one.
Turns out that's not the best way to
You
feed a
can't
baby.
do that.
All right, can you open?
You can't throw.
Do you have better aim than me?
No. The new
I
studio.
will never get that.
That's gonna be
there in a year.
moldy,
Calcified,
in just
moldy
a
banana.
week.
God, honestly, that cracker kind of.
The cracker's good. Yeah,
I
see,
know,
you
I don't
thought
want to chew into the mic.
And
I'll
you
put it
thought
away.
babies didn't like crackers.
I mean, Miles, can you show Zach how you would feed him a banana?
I'll show you how to feed a banana. That's the next
here you
one.
go.
You put your finger on this one, so you can have this one.
No, we put it on a dirty table.
Oh, the table's not that dirty.
My hands are filthy.
Yeah, you're right. Here, use this.
I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna
Can I have some saltines,
No.
please?
These have been open. These are stale.
Oh.
How come some foods, when they get stale, get harder and other foods get softer?
That
Hank Green?
is. Oh,
Hard
Good
foods
question.
get soft, and soft food gets hard.
Are there any
Isn't that
hard
crazy?
foods that get harder and soft foods that get softer?
well, Oreos are pretty hard, and they get
They
soft.
get soft.
Now, usually what I do when
Yeah,
I'm
no, back
feeding,
to-
when
let's
I'm feeding a
focus.
baby. So I am team, like, I'm usually team itty bitty bites. And maybe to my own detriment, because Sarah sometimes is like, I'm not taking the mic.
There we go. Yeah.
Sarah sometimes is like, he can eat something bigger than that. And I'm like, no, I'm not taking any risks.
Right.
I want it to be as small as possible. Even still, I'm like, she's like, he eats sandwiches, right?
You're mushing this with your dirty fingers.
They're not dirty.
I have no interest in I'm watching him macerate.
you were a baby about it. Okay, so here I'll do this. And then, you'd be like, okay, oh, there we go. Okay, nice. There you go.
You like that?
Thank you, Daddy.
And I'd say,
You
do
say you like that?
yeah. I'd
Sometimes.
say, do you like that? And I'd be talking to them as we go, because one thing that is
By the
like,
way, I did like that.
thank you. I would kind of go, it's like you find the routine of also how to eat is kind of important.
I'm very excited for this stage. Like bottle, that does nothing for me.
Yeah.
But baby charcuterie phase,
Oh yeah.
then you get, that's how I prefer to eat. Bunch of little things. And then
Yeah.
they're not going to finish it all. That's a snack for dad.
I will tell you, your breakfast and lunch sort of become baby scraps.
Certainly.
that.
I'm like, hey, we make egg, you eat eggs, you do the little thing, But I think that, the routine of when you sit, okay, we're all sitting down. Like that also helps, I think.
Ooh, question.
Yeah.
Have any foods made a surprise return to your life? Like, I
Oh.
used to eat this all the time. Now I don't. Now that we have
Oh.
a kid.
Top food that is also a time killer, like they enjoy it, right, for a long period of time, frozen fruit. And what you do is you get these little things. They're like, it looks like a silicone egg, and it's got little poked holes in it. You put like piece of frozen mango in the thing, right? And then you screw it on, and it's basically got a little ring and a little silicone thing. And then they just numb on it, and they're getting frozen mango juice out of it. You can do it with strawberries, mangoes,
numb
blueberries,
on it,
whatever.
But then you got sticky baby.
You do have a sticky baby, but who's not?
But they're
sticky
always
these days?
sticky baby.
Who's-
Baby
They're
gonna be
going to be
sticky
sticky no matter what you do. But that is like Julian's favorite thing, and it's just frozen fruit. It's like it's great.
Yeah.
So he had so much of that, especially when he was itty bitty.
And teething.
And when he's teething, it helps with the cold.
Yeah.
He really, really liked that.
I feel like I'm going to want to teeth on the teething toys.
Nah.
You can
They're
have.
too
Well, so
cold.
I will say though, I've been having a bunch of frozen fruit. So like now, I'll just eat frozen mango.
Whoa.
It's so great.
a la carte.
A la carte.
You just
frozen mango.
numb into a frozen mango. Oh, that hurts my teeth thinking
Yeah.
about.
No, because
Well, it's
frozen
cut
mango, it's
already.
like custard. It's already cut. It's like cut into bite-sized pieces. So when you get frozen mango at the store, it's just cut it up. And
Yeah,
also,
to make
it's
like
like
a smoothie with.
custardy. When you bite into it, it's like ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
You know? bite
I'm
into
with
ice
you,
cream?
Miles.
That's great. These guys are
I
crazy.
got good
You
teeth.
get weak teeth. Get new teeth.
Go to the store.
You actually have nice teeth, I think.
He's been working on them.
My teeth are kind of crazy.
What do you mean
But
I've been working on it?
You're at the dentist once a month because something
No, I'm
happened. Right?
not.
With the dentist
You
once a
were.
month?
Oh, well, I did have a...
You literally were at the dentist once a month for like 8 months.
I had not.
were?
That
What
is a
happened?
total exaggeration. But I had a missing tooth in my back, so they like had to put in a little thing, and then they
A
had
bone
to,
graft and an implant?
and then they had to wait 3 months to make sure that it was good, and
That's
then they I got a tooth removed like years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think longtime listeners will remember this thrilling story. But then my dentist at the time was like, "You don't need another tooth."
And then they were like, actually.
and then I went to a new dentist, like, "Oh no, all your teeth are shifting. What the hell? You need a tooth there."
Oh, wow.
And I was like, "It's in the back. Who cares? No one can see it." But turns out it has ramifications.
Yeah. I had
Yeah.
a baby tooth that came out and then I needed a bone graft and stuff. It was a baby tooth that didn't come out, actually.
Oh.
It was
wow.
lodged in between 2 teeth, but I was eating normally, and I was kind of every once in a while I'd be like, hey, every once in a while, and then the dentist was like, you have a baby tooth, right? Like another tooth never came and replaced it. So they had to pop it out and then put a bone graft and an implant and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Teeth are crazy, man.
Teeth are crazy.
Teeth be crazy.
All right, Zach and Keith, will you switch spots for the
Whoa.
next round?
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
This is going to be interesting.
I've never been over there.
Changing the dynamic of the studio, baby. It's going to be crazy over here.
All right, I'm going to give Keith is your son.
Whoa, it's crazy over here, though.
And who am I? The
And-
stepdad?
You're the like the pre-K friend.
I'm the cool
you're Maggie's
I'm the
second
cool
husband.
neighbor.
Yeah. So Keith is playing with this toy, but Miles wants a turn, but Keith doesn't want to give it to Miles.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you
yeah,
have to
yeah.
sort of coach Miles or coach Keith through it.
And so Keith is Zach's child.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you want the toy.
Hey, give that back to my son.
Don't talk to me like that.
I kick him.
Keith's turn.
I use
Keith's turn.
flaming sword
Keith's
and I
turn.
attack the child.
Keith's turn.
I have to go.
Keith's turn.
Oh,
Who is this dork that
Keith's
stole something
turn.
from my son?
sorry.
Is this a kid? Is he a kid or is he a stepdad?
Let's be honest. I know I'm also a child, but this is a poor display.
This kid,
turn.
this
Poor
kid just.
display of fatherhood.
You know what?
turn.
Some kids. Hey, son. Hey, son. Look at me. What's this kid's name? I don't know this kid.
That's your baby.
This is my baby. What's
That's
his,
your child.
What's his name in this scenario?
Keith.
Okay. Hey, Keith. Some kids are bullies, and that kid just stole from you. What do we do to bullies? We attack.
You don't attack me.
We-
I just took a child.
This kid
I'm a
just walked
child.
up. This kid just walked up and took it right out of his hand, no asking. We got to put him in his place.
That's
Keith.
assault. That's
Keith?
assault. I'm gonna sue.
Hey, look.
That's assault.
Keith.
I'm gonna sue. That's
No.
it.
Hey, Keith.
He's going
don't-
away for a year.
Keith, don't slap. Don't
Baby
slap.
jail. He's going away for a year.
Miles, please. I'm talking to my son. Keith, we don't slap. Take your hand. Yeah, roll it into a fist.
No.
Keith, not the leg.
Fine.
Go for the
you
chin.
gotta turn. You gotta turn.
Keith turn.
All right. That's my boy.
Poor display.
It's my boy.
Very poor display. I
Wild.
will say,
I think something that I will struggle with, because there are some kids that are just like pushier, right?
Yeah.
And it's gonna be hard.
no, you know who you go to bat with? Not the kid.
Oh, the parents.
Have you had to do that?
Sarah did have to. She didn't go to bat.
Yeah.
I mean, she did kind of. There were kids going ham on the slide,
Uh-huh.
and they were a little bit older, and they're going ham on the slide, and they were going up and down, and there was a girl waiting at the top of the slide for her turn, and she was crying because she wasn't getting a turn, and Sarah was like, all right, guys, we got to give her a turn. And the boy's mom was right there. She was like, all right, we have a turn. I think the rule is we go down the slide and then we let someone else go and then you could go up or whatever.
Mhm.
And then the mom nearby goes, we come to the playground because there are no rules here.
Oh, I'm throwing down.
And Sarah was
I'm pulling hair.
Sarah was like,
Um,
absolutely not. Boys down so the little girl could go. Because it was like, are you out of your mind? A little girl's crying, trying to ride the slide, and these kids are going ham.
We go to the playground because there are no rules.
That's
I was like,
There's
insane.
this is
literally
the
rules
mom.
at the front of every playground.
I was also like, this is the
Yeah.
mom clearly just not wanting to pay attention to this. This
Yeah.
is crazy.
That's her way of saying I come here because life is hard and I need an hour where I don't have to be a parent.
These
Yeah.
boys
Yeah.
hurt me. Let them hurt you.
And pretty kind of. But I will say, like, that's a very rarity. Most parents that are, at playgrounds and stuff like that are great, typically, because it's like just the fact that they're going and bringing their kids to a playground, they want their kids to have a
So,
good
so
time.
the sharing thing is interesting because we've had a time before where someone came up to Henry and took his thing away, right? That's absolutely happened.
He's a good sharer though. Just seemingly naturally to me because he gives me his stuff all the time.
Yes, he does
You
that.
take
But
his
like in this, so it used to be when he was really little,
Yeah.
it was almost like kid would take Henry's toy and he'd be like, all right, Michael will play with this instead. It was like,
Yeah,
okay,
when
well,
they-
you should care some.
Yeah.
Like you are allowed to
Yeah. You don't-
confront.
Totally.
Like, because he was like, someone told him, he was like, well, go take it back.
Yeah.
I've told his Henry, like, go take it back.
Yeah.
Go take it back.
Yeah.
I didn't say to punch him. I didn't say to do anything. It's like, go take it back.
Yeah, someone took your thing.
If it's yours and you took it and you didn't like that, go tell them you didn't like that. Go say, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Give it back.
Yeah.
And then, let's see what happens next. Because
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that and you do not have to share something if you have just started playing with it and it's yours.
By the way, I don't know, Rainie, if you feel this too, but I'm just like, ooh, this is tea.
This is
gossip.
tea.
I want to follow that story.
Oh,
If Keith
yeah.
is basically saying like, hey, let's make some drama out of this.
Yeah.
Well, just
You got it, baby.
you have
I'm
to-
leaning in.
I didn't
Love
want
Island.
him to feel like he should be a pushover.
Yeah.
That just because someone else wants something he has to give it to them. That is
Yeah.
actually not how the world works. Because if he's just picked up a ball and just started playing with it,
Nobody
another
takes
kid
it.
comes over and says, "My turn." It's like, no, it
Yeah.
isn't.
And really, it's
And
like
you don't have. And now, if you've been holding on to the ball forever,
Let's give someone else
then
a turn.
sure.
Yeah.
Now it's not your turn anymore. But if it's just started being your turn, just because some other kid says your turn doesn't mean your turn. Same with me. If I'm drinking water and Henry says Henry's turn, it's like, no, it's still Daddy's turn.
and then it might be yours a little later.
But you can
Yeah.
have a turn when
Yeah.
Daddy's turn is over.
It's also like something you will notice when you're in a public setting, especially, is like I will find that I end up having to do with the other kid being like, oh, actually, we're giving this person a turn, and maybe you can have you end up having to orchestrate or do like kindergarten teacher with other people's kids.
Yep.
Which is
Yeah.
just sort of a factor of what it is to care or to be at a playground and be attentive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you end
Mhm.
up having to orchestrate that because other kids might not know how to share or whatever. But Julian definitely has that too because it's all kids. Kids, it's hard to share.
I kind of now want to hear more about the worst parents that you've run into.
Well, it's funny because like you do just run into parents of kids. Mostly everyone's great. Me and Sarah have also realized that when we're at a group setting and there's kids there, we are usually the group parents of all of the kids. Like if there's like a playground,
You're camp counselor.
we're camp counseling.
Yeah.
Usually if there's a playground and we're playing with Julian, the other kids are coming over and we're like, oh, okay, you can play. We're those
Right.
parents typically.
Doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
Right. And I also enjoy it. It's not like
Yeah.
whatever. But
What are the other parents doing? Just hanging out?
they're sitting nearby. They're not being bad by not doing it.
Yeah.
We're doing extra credit.
There's
Yeah.
also
You know what I
a
mean?
mix of parents, nannies, and babysitters.
Yeah, totally.
It's
Uh-huh.
not all parents.
Right.
What's a nanny versus a babysitter?
Nanny is normally someone who's there all the time.
Scheduled.
A babysitter might just be someone like
I see, I
a
see.
temporary, like
So a nanny babysits, but a babysitter is not a nanny. It's like a square rectangle.
Not necessarily.
yes, like a nanny. Typically, a nanny is going to help with chores associated with the baby
I see,
throughout
I see,
the
I
day.
Yeah.
Babysitter doesn't necessarily need to do that.
Babysitter's a gig economy. Nanny is a scheduled
career.
employee, a career.
Yeah.
Not a career, but it could be. But
There are
More
absolutely career
Career
nannies.
but yeah, Sharon.
Fran Drescher versus
Yes, yes.
Versus the Manny, which is actually from This Is Us. It's a character that exists in a fake TV show, and This Is Us.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Well, I've got now. We're going to smash or pass some unconventional Reddit advice parenting.
Love that.
Smash or pass using the binky.
Yeah. But no, these are kind of like, for example, okay, first one. Don't have intercourse between the months of February to June because you need to avoid having a winter baby.
Pass. Intercourse is awesome always.
Also, opposite.
Oh.
You do want a fall or winter baby if because they'll be older in their school year, and sometimes it actually helps their brain development and it helps their confidence to be older and smarter and stronger.
All the athletes.
So specifically, hockey players
Yeah.
are
yeah.
born in November.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Like
funny.
just because it happens to be that they're definitely going to be an older, stronger kid in their years, so they will be 18 their senior year, right? Like they're just more muscularly developed.
Yeah.
I'm a June baby. I was always the youngest in my class.
Yeah.
Me too. That wasn't the worst, but
and he still can't dunk a basketball.
I still can't.
Well, I remember looking at the class below me and being like, I can't believe I was almost with those idiots. I mean, like, because I was their age.
Yeah.
Right? They were
Yes.
all, and some of them were older than me because I'm a September baby.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So I was literally like,
You're right on that cusp.
Yeah, right on the cusp.
So my older brother Brian, though, he's a October, so he was older in his years, and I don't know if that served him better, but apparently it is more desirable.
I've heard it.
Yeah. Okay, next one. If the baby starts grabbing something with their left hand, move it closer to their right hand and keep encouraging them to use their right hand. This way you can train them to be right-handed instead of left-handed and life will be easier for them.
Pass.
No, boo.
Pass.
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 Because also left-handed people are like, it's cool to be left-handed.
Speak on that.
It's
I agree with that.
It's
It is cool.
It's
They're more
cool.
creatively inclined.
More
and
creatively
also,
inclined.
Like, oh, what? You're not gonna be able to use scissors? Oh, the
cares?
scissors aren't. Maybe who cares? You know how often scissors matter in my life?
Also, apparently, you can't tell if they're right or left-handed until they're 3. It's like kids use both hands to do
I have
everything.
no idea what Henry is.
I'm also still stuck on the last question, like trying to bioengineer your baby's life based on when you give birth. Like, who just
Should be
let
banging all the time.
you let God decide.
I think
Be banging always.
Yeah, I
Let
don't think
the
you should
fates
do
decide.
strategically planning your baby's birth. Also, you can't do that. It's just hard to know when you're going to get pregnant.
Yeah.
I think you just everybody's got a random odds of when they're born.
Totally.
Yeah, I mean, I joked that we tried to make a Leo, but like we didn't. We just were trying, and then we realized like, oh, if it happens this time, we
What
would
do you
have
mean
a
by
Leo.
trying, Zach?
Trying is when you decide that you're ready to have a kid, and so you do sex differently.
Yeah, sex is no longer fun.
But I didn't say that.
Sex is awesome always. I stand by that. Just kidding. And I stand by that.
But you're not doing it just for fun anymore.
No, there's a utility purpose.
So far, we've passed on both of these Reddit
Pass.
things.
Yeah, pass.
Leave
Which is
your
crazy because Miles say that Smash is always fun.
Well, it is. Yeah, it is sort of a paradox.
Yeah, you're
don't wanna get
passing
into
on
it.
smashing. Yeah. Leave your kids alone. You don't need to hover over them or play with them constantly.
That's true.
This is a smash, and I have heard that one of the biggest mistakes that new parents make, especially like in the newborn phase, is thinking that you always need to stimulate them.
Totally.
You don't. Yeah, just like
And they will find ways to stimulate themselves.
a
too.
baby can just chill.
Yeah, and it's also like your kids will, especially when they're young, like the ability to play by themselves. No, by the way, it takes it's hard to play by yourself. Like, it depends on what age they are or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But if they can, it's really great because then they can watching Julian play by himself sometimes, like he's like using his imagination and he's like
That's the
exploring
most
whatever.
exciting.
But it's also you parent different kids differently. So like Julian is extremely he has a lot of bravado as a kid.
Oh.
So I parent him very probably differently than I would if he was timid and shy. If he's like, I want to play and I'm going to do whatever. And sometimes I'm like, okay, yeah, like, well, you can play over there. Daddy's having coffee. If you want to play, I'll come with you in a second. And he'll play by himself. If Julian was like shy and a little scared and a little sad, then I might be more like, let's do this. Let me teach you how to, whatever. Because every kid's different.
Yeah, Henry's a little shy boy.
Yeah, exactly.
And
So it's
so,
like the rules are different.
But now he does like to play with us and does want us to be present, right? And so like, and it's fun. So like, sometimes he's like, "Let's play this." I'm okay.
Yeah, it's the best.
Let's do it.
As this week especially, he's been once a day FaceTiming the office because he wants to check in on Dad. And it's either like I want to tell him something, or I want to show him my guitar, or I want to see if Auntie Ray Ray's there.
Yeah, yesterday he called and said, "Auntie Ray Ray, Daddy's phone." It's like, "Oh, Rachel actually already left."
Okay.
Give me nothing for the next minute. Like, okay, maybe I'll see when I get home.
But my favorite is that Keith's trying to teach him how to say goodbye and hang up because oftentimes he'll just decide, I'm done with you. And he sort of walks away. And it's like, well, okay, you did call me.
Yeah. What do you want? And then he also will hang up the phone before he says goodbye. And we're trying to be like, no, you need to say goodbye before.
Goodbye.
Yep. He's like, he'll hang up the phone and say, bye, Daddy.
Oh.
And like, but I didn't hear it.
Oh, that's the best.
Mine is don't read parenting books. I have not read a single parenting book yet, and my son is 2 in a couple of weeks. He managed just fine.
Balance is good. Balance is maybe good. It's good to have balance in everything. You want to take some advice. You want to discover some of it on your own.
Yeah,
Balance is good.
I don't think you need to obsess over the parenting books or the baby books, but like
I think the unwillingness to engage maybe harkens at a more difficult problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not about the books. It's about the
I see.
unwillingness to engage with the books as a hard
feels
rule.
a little I do my own researchy
Yes.
in
Yeah.
a way that's like, yeah, but
Maybe
who
read
you-
some of the books or pretend that you did.
or like listen, like there are people that like
Skim.
there is data. And there are studies, and there are people who know more than you.
Yeah.
I don't like this person's attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't read books, but I sought out information. I just didn't read baby books.
Right, you don't like
I
reading.
listen to like child psychologists YouTube channels.
Also,
or like,
audiobooks for that kind of shit is great because
Yeah.
they're so dense. It's information. I find that I consume it way better in the car on a podcast or an audiobook.
I've been audiobooking.
Yeah. All right. Follow
I
the
can't
3 S's in
Iconically.
I can't read, so
which speaking of actually, I don't want to spoil.
Okay.
You are reading something right now.
Well, I haven't yet.
All
I'm
right.
supposed to be.
Yeah.
Just got a DM about it. I'm like, oh yeah.
DM. All right. Follow the 3 S's in your bag for 2-year-olds: stickers, snacks, and sprinkles. All 3 of these have been invaluable.
Stickers, snacks, and sprinkles.
Sprinkles is interesting.
Sprinkles is
I've heard people put sprinkles on everything to get their child to eat it. And
I thought it was like a metaphor for like sprinkles are like the fun little thing, the activities that sprinkle up your day. No, like actually sprinkles.
I think I've heard of people saying that like they'll put sprinkles on stuff their child doesn't like to make them eat it. I'm like, that's not a good way to do it.
That's not a good way because then they're not going to eat it unless it has sprinkles on it.
And also like, yuck.
Yeah, yuck.
Sprinkles are gross.
And they really don't work on foods that they're not designed for.
No.
Chicken tenders, bleh.
Food is food is a wild world. I don't know. You kind of our thing with food was just like eat interesting things around him. He'll want to taste them. Some stuff he'll like, some stuff he won't. I also like when I was a kid, I didn't like tomatoes, and I love tomatoes.
I was a picky kid.
Yeah, but it's like I think it's more about introducing them. Like he really loves pickles, which is like hard for like a lot
Which is
of
crazy.
kids. Yeah, it's crazy because pickles are
loud flavor.
Loud flavor. But it's like you just eat interesting things around them, and then also I think it's like one of those things where balance is good. You want to have them eat the interesting thing, but also if they want to do their own thing, that's okay.
Yeah.
Shopping, planning, and cooking food really can be simple and stress-free. Imagine having your weekly shopping cart filled for you and your meals for the week decided on. Taking all that work off my plate is why I love Hungry Root. Hungry Root takes the stress out of mealtime by filling your cart with personalized picks and planning your week of meals, getting smarter with every order. With over 15,000 recipes to choose from each week, it's easy to find options that fit your whole family's tastes and nutrition goals. Whether you're gluten-free, dairy-free, high-protein, focus on gut health, or anything else, just take a quick quiz, and their smart cart technology recommends groceries, recipes, and supplements tailored to your tastes and needs. I've used Hungry Root. What I really love about it is the fact that it's groceries and then recipes, so that's not just fixed into what you want to do with it. You can use the groceries how you want. You can use those recipes that they send, or you can use them however you like. I love how fast the meals are to make. I love how good the ingredients are. I really think it's great. Take advantage of this exclusive offer for a limited time. Get 40% off your first box, plus get a free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/tripod and use code tripod. That's hungryroot.com/tripod, code tripod to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life. hungryroot.com/tripod, code tripod.
I think there was something our doctor said recently is like, if you give them 5 things, give them 3 things you know they'll eat and 2 things that you don't know.
I like that. Yeah,
so like always give them something reliable, but give them stuff that they would experiment with. And we try to do is like give when he's the hungriest, we give him the stuff that's new.
Yeah.
To see he'll be more likely to eat it because he's hungry. But if you start him with the thing he loves, he's going to be like, more noodles.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're going to do noodles third tomorrow rather than first because we're only going to eat noodles. And he's not right. He's not wrong. Noodles are good.
And also, one thing with food that's kind of fun is like if he sees the start to the end of food and he helps out with dinner, he'll want to eat it. We get it. One thing I've been doing is he was going to the grocery store for a while with his Nana, my mother-in-law, and I would always be like, get an interesting fruit or vegetable to bring back and we'll make it. And he would find something he just was curious about and then he would bring it back.
What has he chosen?
I mean, he chose like there was like a blood orange one time. There was like a star fruit. There was some. I think he brought like an artichoke. It was just basically anything.
Artichoke is good.
Cucumber, which he has all the time, but I don't think he had seen what it looked like in the store.
Yeah.
Like it's like then he'll be more inclined to be interested in what it is. And,
cool.
When I was little, I was obsessed with artichokes.
Artichokes are a weird food.
They're weird. They're good.
They're good. Well, are artichokes good or is artichoke dip good? I don't know.
That's a good point.
Artichoke hearts are good.
Yeah.
Artichoke hearts are good.
Can
Pickled,
be good with
whatever.
enough oil.
Yeah. They're weird food because it's like when I first saw an artichoke, I'm like, you used to scrape it off with my teeth.
It's so strange.
You know, a lot of foods require transformation.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta boil the Brussels sprouts. You gotta chicken raw's no good.
No. Henry was so excited to try asparagus, and then he tried it and was like, "This is disgusting." He was like, "Henry, try it." And I was like, "Yeah." And I tried to make it as delicious as I could.
What'd you do?
I just gave it some like onion and garlic powder and butter, and like I sautéed it so it'd be like and salt and pepper. I was like, "Here, let me just season this correctly." I tried it myself. I was like, "Yeah, this tastes good."
And he was like,
yeah,
I wonder what he thought it was gonna taste like.
I don't know. I said it's kind of like green beans.
That's not,
kind of like green beans. It's not.
Julian loves frozen peas.
So I don't know if I've
cold peas.
If I've told you about this, I don't know if I've told you about this, but when I was a kid, I was watching an episode of Rocko's Modern Life, and it was an episode where the neighbor gave a steak, kept giving his like steaks to his dog, and Rocco's like, "Oh, I really want that steak," and we didn't, and I can still in my mind taste what my baby brain thought that was. It was a very sweet, bright flavor.
Yeah,
like, my mouth is watering just thinking about it. And I went to my dad and I was like, I want steak. And he's like, oh, okay. I don't know. How do you even know what that is? And I ate it and I was disappointed.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to be disappointed in steak.
Yeah.
But it's just like, because my baby brain decided, and I wonder if Henry saw asparagus and was like, oh, that's
a beautiful
fun,
food.
looking thing.
Well, I let him pick it out of the grocery
Yeah,
store.
so
So he had
excited.
seen and like, we're going to have asparagus. And he's like, okay, yeah. And then he's like, and then ready for the asparagus? Henry, try it. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, it's okay not to like it.
Yeah.
It's okay. But I'm glad you tried it.
Brushing.
All right, here's two common but controversial. So you can pass if you want. Don't pick up your newborn when they're crying. You'll spoil them.
Oh, you can't spoil a baby, but if they're
it-
sleeping and they make a funny sound, they may figure it out.
yes.
But you can't spoil a baby. That's not
Yeah, and there's no such thing as too much affection. That's like a weird...
especially when they're itty bitty.
Miscon-
They don't
their brain
know
isn't-
stuff. They
yeah,
don't. Their brain's
Yeah.
not developed enough to learn like that.
Yeah.
But when you can't spoil a baby. But
this is a common misconception of parents think like, oh, if we snuggle them too much, there's too much love.
no,
It's like, it's not a
That's
thing.
crazy.
That's not real.
It's more that in the middle of the night, if the
Yeah.
baby starts crying, give it a minute.
Yeah.
Let it be a second, and you're right there, and everything is safe, and then they may bring themselves back to sleep, and that is good because then they can learn how to like wake up and they go, they go back to sleep.
Yeah.
But if you pick them up right away,
Then
it
they're
might be-
awake.
Yeah, then they're awake, and they might be like, I just need that exact thing right when I want it.
Right.
Balance.
Balance. Last one, sleep when the baby sleeps.
Yeah, I mean for sure. Try.
As opposed to like keeping your own sleep schedule. So I think like, what does this mean? I think I know what it means.
Does it mean like, don't sleep during the day, only sleep at night? I don't know.
I think it's like when the baby goes down for a nap, then you also sleep.
take that opportunity
I
as
think
well.
that generally happens.
Yeah.
Like that could definitely happen. I know for Sarah especially because right now she's breastfeeding, so she's exhausted.
Oh yeah.
So she'll go down usually.
Yes.
As much as
Smash
you
for
can.
mommy,
Yeah.
not necessarily smash for daddy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not. No,
Yeah,
not-
there's chores that need to be done, and
Yeah.
sometimes that's your time to do it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But mommy is also the cafeteria. So the cafeteria
It's always open.
It has the cafeteria's closed. Mommy's sleeping, and there's like, it's crazy how many tiny little things need cleaning, and how like 3 months in you have to change the tiny things you're cleaning, and then 3 months later you're like the pump
New bottles
supplies,
and pumps,
the,
and whatever.
the bottle sizes, the nipple sizes of the bottles, the nipple speed. Do you know there's speeds? with
Nipple
which mi-
speed.
which
Good
milk
band
comes
name.
out. Yeah, really good band name. There's all these different like things, and they graduate out of them in a few months, and then you have to learn how to clean these new things.
Yeah, it is
you have to
pain.
sanitize them, so you have to either put them through a dishwasher cycle that has a sanitizing cycle, which normally is like way longer for some reason.
Yeah,
Three
like
Really
hours.
long cycle. Yeah, it's like 4 hours. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, Zach, have you and Maggie thought about like, do you know how you and Maggie are going to split up the night?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked. No, we don't have the exact hours in, but we've talked about different options.
Yeah.
And I think, the goal is to. She's going to be up more than I am, and she knows that. So, like, then trying to let her sleep as much during the day as possible. I think, like, the goal is to find pockets for me to sleep, because then I'm going to have to step up in times when she's
Yeah.
doing it. I imagine in the first couple days, like, we're just going to both be there because we don't know what the hell we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, the biggest difference now having the second one from when we were at the hospital, even to when we came home, because we have help with Julian, or Julian's at school, we sleep because because we are the first time when, first night at home or whatever, I was so worried I couldn't possibly sleep.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, the baby's okay.
Yeah,
I know that we already did this once. I know what to expect. I know the gurgles are this. And so we actually can sleep when the baby's down. And so I often am like, if Julian wasn't there, we would sleep way more because there's just because the babies mostly just sleep when they're that young.
Do you guys have baby in room or baby in?
Right now we just moved. And we kind of have like a weird moving thing. So baby's in our room and Julian's in our room. So getting stuff set up. So Julian has his bed. So I go in at Julian's bedtime and I read him to sleep and he goes to sleep. And then Sarah comes in like, a little bit later because the Shiloh's up and down and we know he's feeding. They go to sleep in the room, and then Birdie comes in, and so then we've got
everybody in there.
And usually now at night, Julian like goes to sleep in his own bed, wakes up in the middle of the night, and then is like wants to come into bed with us. And like we definitely could be like, oh, we're gonna do this, but we kind of like it too in the middle of the night. And Julian's like 2.5, so he crawls into bed. So then it is me, Sarah, Julian, and Shiloh is in a bassinet next to the crib, but then Birdie's in the bed as well.
Wild.
Did you do? I'm just kidding. We don't need. This does not need to be in the episode, but I'm just curious. Did you do Henry in bassinet in room or Henry bassinet other room?
Bassinet in room.
Yeah.
And then, although I think at 3, we did, maybe it was 3 months. I don't remember. At some point, we put the bassinet in the other room, and then we had a nursery. And that did help a lot.
We eventually did the bassinet actually in the living room for when we did the shifts of sleeping, so that the one person who's sleeping can actually sleep.
Yes, I think that's working.
But like the first month, you're like, you're just so unsure. Yeah. Well, we just changed like whose side of the bed the bassinet was on, and then we actually then put it at the foot of the bed. Because then you could wake up and like sort of crawl over and sit there and be by them, but that you weren't also paranoid waking up constantly and doing this.
Oh, all the time I was looking over and being like, checking their heart rate, checking
the breath.
Was the living room dark when you were staying up?
At night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I was for some reason picturing it.
No, it was very, very dark. You keep it dark, and I would just play video games until 3 a.m.
Totally.
Because that would keep me awake, and then I would just pause the game and take care of the baby for an hour, and then baby goes back to sleep, like play video games. And it was better for me because when I would try to sleep and wake up, it was so disorienting and so hard. Yeah. It was better for me to stay up.
Staying up in the dark though is a level
hard. Well, when you're playing Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, it's so good though.
You can stay up for 7 days in a row.
I would do when Julian was really little, he would wake up at 6 and then he would go back to sleep at like 8. Because it would be like up for 2 hours, then back to sleep at 8. Yep. So I would put him on this little like circular kind of donut pillow on my desk. And I would play video games on my PC and he would be right there. Because like kids also, whether that age, no sound and light doesn't bother them.
So you weren't wearing headphones so you could hear.
I was wearing, I had one headphone on, one headphone off. But also he's right in front of me. Yeah. So he's there and I'm here looking at the monitor. Yeah. And I have a great photo of like, I was playing like the Hitman games or something, and it was like all the guns and then Julian sleeping. But because you do have this sort of up and down. You wake up for 2 hours, then you kind of play as sort of them going, whoa, and then, they go back down. It's kind of great, dude. I'm honestly, and now it's kind of funny that I will be doing baby stuff at the same time as you doing baby stuff.
But in a very different way.
Yeah, but I'm excited for baby now in a way that I was not the first time. The first time I was like, I cannot wait to get out of baby zone. Till it's
I mean, you're in the perfect cycle right now. Where Charlotte's going to grow out of stuff exactly when new baby Korn needs that size stuff. So you guys can have quite the perfect. Hey man,
we got a nice little chain. There's things that are going and they're flowing and they're moving.
Okay.
I'll let you do the group text. But it's that's really nice. Babies are fun, dude.
They're fun.
Heck yeah.
But
it's an exciting journey ahead.
Yeah, a lot of accessories. A lot of accessories. Joy-Cons.
You have to break them with other things too.
Yeah. Do you have the Switch too?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I gotta get one. Do you have one?
Yeah.
Fuck. I gotta get one.
It's like not good for me.
Oh my God. No, but you're gonna need it.
It's going to be so right good. Now. It's not good for me.
But the Switch 2 is going to be perfect for you. Have these short, like 30-minute windows of downtime where Maggie will be asleep, the baby will be asleep, everyone's fed, everyone's happy. You've washed the bottles. That's a good Switch 2.
And you need to give yourself something that'll just let your brain go totally. So you won't be thinking about worry or all the things you need to do.
Yeah.
We are so excited. It's happening real soon. And it's very nice. It's lovely that like I know that there are people listening and people in the Try Guys fandom who are excited. So we have filmed a lot of stuff. Yeah. So I'm probably not going to super disappear from either the podcast or the channel. But, there's obviously some things I won't be in. There's like weirdly now like a month of travel videos that Keith has been sequestered to without me.
Yeah.
So like towards the back half of the year, there's going to be stuff that I'm not in, but we filmed a lot of stuff. You're going to get lots of cool stuff. What else was I going to say about this? Baby's coming in August. Like this probably goes without saying, but for a little bit, we're not going to talk to you. We're just going to be doing the
yeah.
thing. So don't expect us to post about it in the beginning. We're just going to be living our life. Also, like, you know, please give Maggie some space and don't maybe like ask questions or get up in her business. Like let her live. But you know, when we're ready, we'll obviously share, and we're very excited for this journey ahead.
Now that's hashtag lit, dude.
Yay.
Liddy is hitty.
Liddy City, baby.
Liddy City. But yeah, I mean, the last month or two, like leading up to this, we have been jam-packed with Try Guys goodness. So many things we filmed, which did unfortunately also coincide with Miles' paternity leave, which means that
Which is a
we
bummer.
filmed more than ever.
Daddy is
all
sort
without
of
you.
not going to be in them. But hey, man, I'm here for the rest of the year, for the rest of my life.
That was sort of a lot of advice,
Yeah.
but I do feel like I want more.
Yeah, I could use one more piece of advice.
Maybe just like
One more
one
hit.
perfect piece of advice.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And you've got one, right?
I have one locked and loaded.
Okay.
And you're ready to spit it. So if we kind of give you the perfect tee up, you're just going to start talking.
Let me just.
So if I said,
It's advice that'll go for miles. Tune it to your radio station. It's advice that'll go for miles. Everyone get ready, Miles Nation. Miles Nation, go. It's advice that'll go for miles. Advice that'll go for miles.
then you would say,
I would say, guys, welcome back. Welcome back to Advice Time.
Did you write this one down?
yeah, why don't you just check on your phone?
He has a little notes
So
app.
sometimes I write down advice in my notes app. Checked. Hasn't been one in a year.
So this is a 1 year ago advice.
I was looking because I had one in the back of my head the other day and I thought this is a really good idea and I want to put it down. Oh, I've got it. Woo! Fuck everything and everybody except for the Lord.
Are we talking about Lord?
No,
Lord's
this
new
isn't
album?
the advice. That was
Listen
me
to
saying-
Lord's new
that
album.
Was thinking, no. That was thinking actually I got the advice. Have you ever
Right.
wanted to tape something?
Oh?
Have you ever wanted to tape with the speed that is going to be the need for speed?
Mm.
Boxes are for carrying things.
Oh, like,
But bags are even better. Advice column B. We'll do the last one first. Tape gun. Get one of the little tapey guns.
Huh.
Advice
helpful.
column A. The real thing. Miso advice. You're going to want to use blue bags.
IKEA bags.
They look just like IKEA bags, but you get them in a multi-pack from the freaking online store.
Oh, okay.
Because boxes are limited in how they can flex and move.
Uh-huh.
If I have to put a bunch of toys or a bunch of clothes or a bunch of misaligned random objects, I want a rectangular bag that is going to be this sort of plastic canvas / material that's going to be strong with fabric. We used a ton of these things when we moved, and it was so helpful. If you've got to lug a bunch of stuff, highly recommend.
I've been using those types of bags for moving for a decade.
They're so good.
They're so good for kitchen stuff specifically.
Definitely, because it's just weirdly
And
shaped.
the pots and pans and like it just
yeah.
it's way easier to just do it in an open bag.
In a big box, they get so fucking heavy.
And you have to open all your boxes to find your stuff.
Yeah.
And something you want to do pretty quickly when you move in is start cooking.
Yeah.
Oh,
And so just
You can
not
open and
having those
close.
taped away, but rather having them in bags that you drop, allows you to just basically use the bag as your cabinet.
Yeah.
And then when you put them through the dishwasher, then they go in the cabinet.
Oh no, it's so helpful.
hey, walk with me here.
There we
Okay.
Clothes on a hanger, your clothes that are hanging, put them in a garbage bag with upside
Yeah.
down with the thing, the hanger sticking through,
Oh!
so that they're just already they're ready.
Oh, that's,
Yep.
That's
I
good.
do
I've,
that, but
I've
that's
done
good.
that before too.
That's
Just
nice.
leave
They
them on the
also
hangers.
they do now have boxes that are little closets.
Yeah.
Oh,
So they're
yeah,
like standing
that's good.
boxes, and you like put your clothes on the hanger. It's nice, man.
Way
Pretty
better.
cool. That's cool.
What did that advice have to do with Lord's new album?
It didn't.
Okay, but you said Lord,
Yeah.
The Lord, right?
Well, I said fuck everything and everybody except for the Lord.
right? And I love her.
Well, I was talking
Album,
about,
and I love
her
her.
album. I think is good.
I think she should change her name to The Lord.
Mm.
Like put a
THA?
The Lord.
The
THA. No,
The.
THE.
Interesting. Lowercase.
Okay, I'm confused because you mentioned her and we didn't.
Also,
catch
Addison's new album is awesome, and I just want to say I feel validated that I was right.
Yeah, apparently
Okay,
you're right.
Right culturally.
Miles was on paternity. Actually, I texted him right before Shiloh was born.
Yes.
And he hadn't had the kid yet.
No.
And so, but I was like, hey, don't know if I know you're probably in paternity leave, but I just want you to know the Addison album, which we should dedicate an entire episode to.
Oh, we really should.
Honestly, shame on us.
Yeah, we
Next
should have
episode,
done
we're going
that.
to talk
Yeah.
about Addison. We're going to be so late to the party. But I was so excited for you to listen to it. So I receive a text 9:17 a.m. from Miles. This is 14 days after his son is born. He is in the newborn trenches. Okay? Miles is... I don't expect to hear from him. I'm not going to reach out to him. I'm not texting this dude. He's newborn land. He texts me, Mama always told me to save my money, so I never had to rely on a man to take care of me. But money's not coming with me to heaven, and I have a lot of it. So can a girl just have fun? Calling it now. This album is foreshadowing of an EGOT. Broadway is next. Grammy is already a wash.
I didn't even say anything about my new baby.
This is the first thing I hear from Miles.
Addison for EGOT. Honestly, maybe that's the shirt I need to make.
I'm surprised you didn't maybe give Shiloh Addison as a middle name or
Shiloh Addison Ray.
Shiloh Addison Ray Bonsignore. Yeah, he changed the Julian Bonsignore and Shiloh Ray.
It just feels so good. People are messaging me out of the wazoo. They're texting me. They're blowing me up on LinkedIn. They're saying, Miles, you're so right about Addison.
And it's a genuine triumph.
It's a genuine triumph for me and for Addison. But just the idea that she was like America's pop TikTok princess, doing little, and then now it's like she's this
for real.
cool
Yeah.
indie pop artist.
Turns out.
Pitchfork gave it an 8 something. That's
a huge
critical
success.
acclaim.
That's crazy.
She's playing in LA, and I've already is that gonna be the first time I get a babysitter? And the answer is yes.
It's gotta be.
Yeah.
I have one last tip. This is advice for friends of people
There we
becoming
go.
parents.
Here we go.
And you're going to be like, I want to see that baby, right? Mm-hmm. Here's how you get the picture of that baby and don't feel bad about soliciting the picture of the baby.
Send a selfie of yourself doing something cool.
Nope. Send them a food delivery service gift card.
This is what Keith did.
And they will just send you a photo of the baby.
Keith and Becky very sweetly sent us a DoorDash thing.
That's so cute.
And we were like, okay, here's the baby. I just sent back a picture of the baby, and I was like, here's your prize.
That's
It was very
really
sweet.
good.
That's how you do it.
That is
good.
it.
And you know what's funny? We had other friends that were like, hey, what's a good date to drop by food? And I just was like, baby, here, send the baby. Like, that's the
They
exchange.
want to see the baby. So offer a gift and you get the baby.
You get the baby.
But also offer a gift because it is confusing and challenging to feed yourself in that time.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Especially, I imagine, with a toddler, it's even more confusing.
Yeah.
So if you can order a DoorDash, something that the whole family can eat,
So helpful.
that's going to be useful. Also, you can use some of those apps for grocery shopping.
That's right.
Keith, hit us with the official Trap House theme song.
Show us your baby. Show us your baby. Please show me your baby. It's the tripod.
Have a good ass week.